In 2015, ASAP Rocky wasn't just dropping music, he was dropping manifestos. The at.long.last.A AP era was defined by a massive shift in aesthetic, trading the glossy, New York grit of his debut for a hazy, psychedelic, rock-infused, existentialist high. And no visual captures this transition better, or more confusingly, than the stunning double feature, Whiskey/Black DeMarco. This isn't a music video, it's a 7-minute black and white short film, dripping in isolation and high-fashion dread. It requires patience and attention, and in return, it offers some of the deepest visual commentary in modern hip-hop. The video opens with Whiskey, a section characterized by extreme slowness and stark isolation. Visually, director Declan White-Bloom and Rocky leaned heavily into the aesthetics of 60s and 70s European cinema, think Godard or Fellini. The black and white palette isn't a stylistic choice, it's a thematic one. It emphasizes the duality of fame, the stark contrast between the luxury Rocky has achieved and the profound loneliness he feels. He's often seen alone in luxurious settings, drinking, smoking, and looking utterly burdened. The camera lingers on these moments, forcing us to feel the drag of time and the weight of his introspection. Notice the consistent visual vocabulary, reflections, mirrors, and distorted surfaces, symbolizing the fractured self and the search for identity that defined the A.L.L.A album. The narrative bridge between the two songs is where the psychedelic influences fully take over. The imagery becomes overtly spiritual, almost religious, but filtered through a haze of drug use. We see intense, distorted close-ups, the visual equivalent of an acid trip coming on. Rocky is framed as a figure of contemplation, sometimes mimicking poses associated with sainthood or martyrdom, juxtaposed against scenes of overwhelming sensory input. This period in his career was heavily linked to LSD, and the visual language here confirms it. The slow-motion close-ups on the designer clothing, the vintage furs, the tailored suits, serve as a superficial armor against the chaos, highlighting the way fashion acts as both a mask and a statement. As the music shifts seamlessly into Black DeMarco, the pace accelerates slightly, and the mood moves from cinematic melancholy to personal introspection. The DeMarco persona is often interpreted as Rocky's alter ego, a darker, more self-aware reflection. The visuals here become tighter and more chaotic, incorporating shaky cam and rapid cuts, reflecting the paranoia and existential worry within the lyrics. Critically, this segment pays subtle homage to ASAP Yams. Although Yams' passing informed the entire A.L.L.A project, the visuals here often feel like a man processing loss through chaotic movement and self-examination. This part of the video is less about showmanship and more about the internal conflict, the price of being Pretty Flacco versus the reality of being Rakim Mayers. What makes Whiskey/Black DeMarco enduringly fascinating is its refusal to conform to music video norms. It's challenging, pretentious perhaps, but undeniably art. Rocky wasn't trying to create a viral hit, he was establishing himself as a visual curator and director who understood film history as deeply as hip-hop tradition. It's a foundational piece for the AWGE Creative Collective, showcasing their commitment to blurring the lines between high art, high fashion, and popular culture. 7 years later, this video remains a powerful statement on fame, solitude, and the unending search for self, a true cinematic masterpiece in his already impressive visual catalog. If you loved this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of rap's most iconic visuals.